evening, everyone. Welcome to General Assembly. As you can see, our gavel of the week is Starbucks cup. We're not being, partisan, and we're not endorsing Starbucks, but this is the only thing I have. So, the phrase of the day is "Pink ties are amazing." So keep that in mind, and we'll get started with Secretary O'Brien with attendance.
All right. Representative Armstrong? Representative Bonsall? Representative Cummins? Representative Ivankovich? Representative Haas? Representative Hammond? Claire? No, okay. Representative Hernandez? Representative Huey? Representative Kawashima? I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. Representative McCabe? Representative Nguyen? Excuse me. Representative Sokol? Representative Weisikow? Weisikel, excuse me. I'll get it right next week. Representative Baisley. Representative Cross. Representative Downey. Representative Hammond. Representative Lupton. Representative Karras. Representative Morgan. Representative Perlowski. Representative Villa. Representative Warwick. Representative Agarwal. Representative Atejoglu. Thank you. Representative Ho. Representative Huang. Representative Knopfel. Representative Patel. Representative Shah. Representative Sheng. Zhang. All right, fantastic. Representative Moore. Representative Weber. Representative French. Representative Sanford. Parliamentarian Gardner. Speaker Pinder.
Present.
Treasurer Fike. Vice President Douglas. Vice President Hassan Ali. Vice President Hofert. Vice President Petrick. Vice President Zabinski. President Nikolic. Representative Vick. Representative Mishra. Representative Wilkins. Representative Ahmed. Representative Wang. Representative Thompson. That's all I got.
All right, this time we'll move into the pledge.
Do we not even have like a fake flag?
No.
There's a flag. Pledge to the theoretical.
Okay. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, do we have any guests in attendance?
Yes. Paul Solomon, and looking into being a candidate for the veteran position.
Okay, this time we'll move into board reports, starting with President Nikolic.
All right. Hello, everyone. As many of you saw, probably all of you saw, I wasn't here last week. I was gallivanting in Penn State. Glad it's not tonight because it looks a little snowy outside. But first off, I did want to congratulate all the reps that I wasn't able to congratulate last week because I wasn't here. So congratulations. If you guys could please stay after for a few minutes, just like to talk with you guys about a few different things, and give you guys, or talk about some of the resources that you'll have as reps. And besides that, the big event of the week is the Student State of the University Address, which is when?
Thursday, 11:30, Master Stone Chapel.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Can make a good jingle out of that, couldn't I? Something like the old Big Mac song. Okay. But anyway, would like to see all of you there. The executive board and I have decided to make it a mandatory event for every USG rep. If you guys can't make it because of some other reason, whether it's another student organization or whatever, just please email me, and we'll be fine. I realize it's kind of late notice on that, but please do be there. Bring a friend, bring a couple friends, bring your professor, bring everyone. I really hope that we can make a great tradition out of this, and just find another way to communicate with students, and make sure that they know what we're doing and what the other student organizations on campus are doing too. And also just a reminder, I guess some of the details on my board report weren't read last week in GA, but February 3rd next week is the spring retreat for USG. It's going to be starting at 6:30 next week in the USG office, so it'll be replacing GA for next week, and should end around 8:30 or so. Good news is it'll be fun, and even better news is there'll be free Tommy's milkshakes for everyone. Okay, so just look for a survey this week, and please fill that out to choose your flavor of milkshake, and your name, of course. If you don't, then unfortunately we won't have a milkshake for you, so please fill that out. All right, I'm open to points.
Where did you say the form for filling out milkshake preferences was?
It'll be sent out in an email this week.
Have we heard anything back from Ohio State?
Say that again?
Have we heard anything back from Ohio State?
Yes, that the 7th isn't working, so we're looking at the 28th right now tentatively. I believe it's the 28th or the 27th. I get the dates mixed up. Whichever the Saturday is.
Could you explain what that is to the new representative?
Yeah. So every year USG does it kind of takes a trip to another campus to visit their student government and learn about what their student government does, and learn about what resources the students have on their campus. This year, primarily because our president and provost are both from OSU, we thought it'd be a great thing to do, to visit OSU and to kind of learn about what their students have versus what our students have, and how their student government works. So I've been in conversations with their USG president regarding a visit down there, and it's looking like the 28th. We don't have that date set up yet, but that's the date tentatively. We'll have more details on that hopefully this week. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vice President Hassanali.
Good evening, everyone. First off, to all the new reps, if you'd like to join the Student Life Committee, we meet at 6 o'clock every Thursday in the USG office. It's lots of fun. Anyway, there was a question last week brought up in open forum about snow plowing the track to see if you can get that done. I got an email back saying that's not possible because when the ice freezes, it actually binds to the track. So if they scraped it, they'd be scraping off the track too, which would probably not be a good idea. Sorry about that. Also, the numbers for bins have been ordered for the Greek Life houses, and the numbers for how many bins are going to be in each house has been recommended by us. I'm hoping it's going to happen soon, but since it's a really big order and it has to go through the university, patience is required. Other than that, I'm looking a couple dates for the student guide, just so everyone's on the same page. Is I'm hoping to have a prototype that's editable by everyone we can review by mid-February, and then we can really push it out to the students as a resource on March 1st. In case you haven't seen, it is on the USG. If you go to the case main website, you scroll down, one of the first top link that says student resources goes to the student guide already. So we are making progress on that. Other than that, look for a huge goal setting session this week, as well as setting up dates and goal timelines for all the initiatives within the committee. I am open to points. Yes.
Due to fire code changes, we're not allowed to have garbage cans on our floors anymore in our house. So I don't know if you've already ordered the recycling bins, but I don't know where you intend to put them because we're not allowed to have things in hallways anymore.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
like Cleveland enforced.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Kate, my understanding is that recycling bins are okay, but trash bins are not because they're lighter and you can trip on them. So recycling bins are okay.
All right, just make
might
sure
wanna
they're
follow.
small.
Okay. They should be like this big round if it's a recycling bin, blue container. So they are smaller than the big trash bins. Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Vice President Petrick.
Okay, guys, for your new reps, because I know you want to join the Finance Committee, we meet every Friday at 12:30. We're better in every way. As you can see, I have the date set out for the rest of the semester here. For everything, we were talking about changing the schedule somewhat. If you read my board report, you'll see we didn't actually change the schedule. And cross my fingers, we will have the online system ready by then. We will also hope have, if not entirely finished, along the way, the student organization reviews, which is something we've been looking to do for a while. Something that meeting we just had today, Miles, myself, with Joel Kraft and Ben Meck from UPB and Melanie, the UPB advisor, to look at getting an online ticket system. So we don't have to resort to case cash machines, and we're in the investigatory stages of that process. And we're going to see if that works for the students, make things easier for them. I will not be here this Thursday or Friday, so if both the Finance Committee and the Student Life Improvement Grant Committee could meet me after the meeting, that would be great.
What's the update with student life improvement?
See me after the meeting. If you want. Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Vice President Zabinski.
Okay, so today in my board report, the only real important thing here is to put the dates on your calendar. Open forum isn't February 5th. It's going to be February 12th. So I'm just delaying it by 1 week to get the preparations together and make sure the PR is appropriate and everything. But watch the Observer. Rumor has it that there's going to be a letter to the editor from a professor regarding the plus-minus grades. Also, you see the midterm study break and the Teaching Excellence Award, so be thinking about your favorite professors. And I think Katie wanted to say something about our committee meeting.
We want all the new members to join Academic Affairs. We meet on Wednesdays in the USG office at 6.
So, thank you.
I have one question. The professor that's writing the editorial, is he pro or con? And whichever one he is, do you think you could get one that would speak the other way, just so we can have the two opinions?
I mean, I can't control what professors send in letters, obviously. But the particular professor that sent the letter is not in favor of the change, and he explains why. So I think he's from the Epidemiology and Biostatistics Department.
I mean, do you think it would be possible to get one that's pro then?
I think so, and I think that potentially a response to this, I mean, will come in the following week's Observer. So, yeah.
When is that proposition going to be submitted?
The proposal to make the change or not to make the change? Well, that's why we're doing the open forum. We're going to gather student input on, sort of how what the kind of sense of the student body is, clarify, answer questions, sort of present the information that we have so that people can make an informed decision. And then we'll send out a referendum if that's voted through by this body. And in that referendum, the students will vote whether or not they're in favor of the change. And then using that data, we'll make our recommendation to, the faculty senate or to whomever would be interested. Mm-hmm. We don't have a location yet, but probably in Twing. Okay. Actually, just one other note: there was a faculty senate meeting today, and we formally voted on the creation of the Committee on Undergraduate Education, which will sort of take the place of the university undergraduate faculty. And we also voted on a new conflict of interest policy, which is important, not so much to us, but one day if you're in research. So if you want to see it, I have the copy of it with me. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Douglas.
Unlike the other vice presidents, I'm not going to do a shameless plug for the best committee on USG, the Public Relations Committee. Continued work on the Student State of the University address. Of course, don't worry, I brought the markers and the chalk here. They're up by the agenda, so before you guys leave, please grab those. They're for you. They're not for me. I don't have a chalkboard or a whiteboard, so I have no use for them. And please write these event details anywhere where writing is allowed. As kind of our last push. After the exec retreat and the committee meeting today that we had, USG is going to go viral with its publicity in the form of YouTube videos. I don't have details yet, but you're going to enjoy it and you're all going to be involved. The plus-minus grading system that Jeff just talked about, this is again going to be something that we're all going to kind of have to get behind. As most of you probably know, there is a lot of dissent about this, basically from the fact that statistically it shows that it's going to lower GPAs. I need you guys already to start thinking about it and talking about it and being informed of it, because the Academic Affairs Committee supports it, and I think that it'll be good for the student body, but we need to convince them. This one is not going to pass easily. There will be more, obviously, with that, but it's going to take all of us together, not just PR and academic affairs, to get that referendum to pass. Jackie reminded me to remind the new reps that USG Executive Meetings are at 11:30 on Thursdays, and that anyone is invited to those, not just USG Exec. And You weren't at our meeting, though. You were eating lunch.
They're not open.
The problem was we just said to talk about one thing, but then we forgot to invite you back in. It wasn't my fault. I was on the other side of the table. I'm open to points. Yes. Yeah.
I just want to point out that it's not necessarily going to lower the GPA. That's kind of like a big generalization. And there's a lot that goes into that. So before you all don't like it, you should kind of be open to all the information.
These are the kind of misconceptions that I was worried about.
And just as a follow-up to what Leah said, we don't necessarily want this to pass. We just want people to make an informed decision.
There's another misconception.
No, that was kind of what I was going to ask. I mean, I don't even know if all of us are for or against it right now. We haven't really had a discussion on the data that you found. So, I mean, we're not PRing to pass this. We're PRing for people to go to the forum, right? Or, like, because I don't know if I'm for it yet.
Right. My statement wasn't. Maybe I didn't put this clear enough. If you want it to pass, it's going to take work for it to pass. Was what I intended to say. I would never ask you guys all to vote on something. Yeah, Shingba.
Bruce, the moment my floor saw this new plus-minus GPA system in the quarter, they burned it. This is the sentiment.
I'm actually aware of what happened with your floor. Yeah, I know everything. It's fine. And like I said, we want people to be informed before they just vote straight no because they're worried that it's going to kill their GPA, because it won't. Okay, I'm going to yield the rest of my time to Mel and Marissa. Spotlight is back.
Okay, so our first representative this week's favorite piece of campus artwork is the Rube Goldberg type thing inside of UH in the Rainbow Babies section. Her favorite animal is the snow leopard. Her biggest pet peeve is...
Oh, go, do one more.
Okay. Is when people say sherbet instead of sherbet. There's no extra R, if you haven't seen that.
I know, it's, I call her the spider monkey. Yankee.
No.
Isn't she a spider monkey?
Well, either way, it's no. If she could have a superpower, she'd want to control the weather. She would use it responsibly, but it would be awesome to have a beautiful day in the middle of the winter, or just have a snowstorm that closed school on a day that she didn't feel like going to class. If she,
Is it Allie?
it is Allie. You receive a crunch roll.
Okay, our second spotlight is the first thing. Her favorite dance move is a shopping cart, smiley face. Her favorite condiment is hot black beans and corn salsa, so I'm guessing that's on a burrito. Any guesses yet? Okay, 2. Miriam was first. Yeah! Good job!
Okay. Yes, Vice President.
I'd like to point out that for this week's spotlight, I actually had to shrink the text size because the two of them wrote so much. It's a good one. It's coming around.
Thank you, Vice President Hofer.
Hello. The only thing I want to add to my board report is an update on photos.case. Right now, Bruce is only able to approve 1 flyer at a time. And actually, you won't even be able to do that for too much longer because we're going to be shutting it down temporarily. I spoke with Andrew Whitty last night, and he's going to go in and try and fix it since he's more familiar with the system than our current architects. We're not sure we're going to be able to completely fix it, but we're going to be able to patch it up long enough to figure out what to do from there. So, do we have any questions?
What exactly is wrong with it right now?
Well, I don't know.
Overloaded or?
We're not sure. We think it might be something in the coding. The issue doesn't seem to be that it's not only is the program not accepting photos, it's not sending them to the plasma screens or to the desktops. So we're assuming it's something in the coding, but again, we're not really sure. That's why Andrew's going to take a look at it. Skylar?
Well, I don't know if he did anything last night, but I was looking at it last night, and I think it's completely dead now. So.
He was going to look at it today, so I haven't heard from him. I'll let you guys know when I hear something. Anything else? Okay.
Thank you. At this time, we'll move into our advisors report.
Thanks. I'm going to have to leave a little early because of the weather, so the rain is trying up and moving out. There's some handouts at the table that I'd like to draw to your attention. I'm using a little bit of an announcement as well. But they're handouts for the Student Leadership Awards ceremony. Nominations are beginning, and there are 2 awards specifically for USG, and I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need. And if you don't mind, passing those along, posting them on your door, putting them someplace that might be seen. Also, there's another handout that I got from Judith Olson-Fallon, the Director of Educational Support Services, on a series of workshops. They're called Powerful Presentation Skills. Are you all familiar with those? Okay, I'm glad I brought it. It's a handout for you to take with you. Basically, I wanted you to have it because in your learning outcomes area, presentation, public speaking, things like that, we're probably marginally marked as being, I don't want to say high, but that you would agree that, that's an area that you want to focus on. So I thought it would be good to have some opportunities there. I'd also like to thank the executive board for the time they devoted on Sunday. At the exec retreat, there was a lot of great conversation, some real direction setting, and I think you guys will be real pleased with the action plan that comes out of that, which you'll hear more about on February 3rd. And seriously, I hope you can all make it on the 3rd. I think that having a retreat of some sort with all of you, especially the new members, is critical. Just to make sure that the momentum stays real high and that your goals are still real focused upon and that you feel like you're involved. That's the most important thing. Any of the reps, especially the new ones who, again, I'm encouraging you to come meet with me during my office hours, but I'm going to try and meet with groups of you. That was something that was recommended to me at the retreat that I really like. I'd love to meet with you in terms of understanding, how I can help you or how I can help the organization and whatnot. So my office hours are Wednesdays at 3 and Thursdays at 1. But outside of that, I will be in touch. And if you can make some time to meet with me, I would be forever grateful. Really appreciating the model that Miles set up when he met with all of you. And I don't mean to tax more meetings. We'll try and do this in groups and stuff, but I hope to be able to focus on your leadership skills as well. I think that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This time we'll move into caucus reports. Are there any caucus reports? Representative Marcel.
Today to finalize details for our Valentine's Bar Sweetheart Candy Sale. Even though pink ties are amazing, we are going to be selling pink carnations, roses, and candy. We would like to thank the exec for the generous loan they have granted us. Flower pre-sales will start on February 1st till the 7th at Leutner. All profits will go to the American Heart Association, and the surveys we will be providing to our constituents will help us become aware of the issues that they are finding imperative.
Thank you. Any other caucus reports? Representative Moore?
The weather at caucus is something minor. We decided to push back our outreach 1 week just to allow a little more time for advertising. And we come to an agreement that we believe that anybody who thinks that pink ties are amazing is right.
Okay. Representative, yes.
Representative Moore, what kind of outreach program were you guys going to be doing?
We are going, first of all, we want to get more information on how people feel about the Wall Street Journal not being in Weatherhead anymore, and to also look into what other newspaper articles or magazines they might want. So we have kind of a questionnaire for that. We're also going to solicit any more issues that they may have, all while passing out pizza.
Sounds wonderful.
President Nicholas.
Could Representative Moore please, describe why it is that pink ties are amazing?
Oh no, I disagree.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
I don't have name cards, so bear with me. Velocity.
The engineering caucus met yesterday, and we, for the semester, we're starting to put together a newsletter, kind of at first outlining when the different engineering clubs meet and like what they're working on for the semester. So we're going to get in contact with all of those, and then so when there are large engineering events, they can be publicized more, so like people will know what's going on. So things like our survey, everyone will know about, and it'll be more kind of out there. That's what we're doing now.
Thank you. Any other caucus reports? All right, at this time we'll move into open forum. Representative Downey.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but one of the walk signals over by Delbert is out, and I really think this is something we should bring up because it's kind of dangerous. You can see it when it says walk, but as soon as it goes off, you don't know if it's blinking or if it's solid. So
is it Murray Hill and the Delbert?
yeah, right.
Going from.
Okay, so
parking
privilege
lot?
right here, and then the parking lot's right here. It's the one that's closest to the parking lot.
Okay, 47.
Representative Lupton.
I have a concern also. I don't know if it has been brought up, but on the bridge coming from south side, there's those connectors on the bridges, like the bridge extensions. I think they call them. They're metal, really slippery. Everybody slips on them, and they complain about them. And I've heard a lot of people talking about them. So, anybody come from south side and ever slip on those? Yeah. So, I think we really should I know it sucks. But I think we should definitely get maybe something. I don't even know. Some sandpaper.
Thank you. Representative Armstrong?
The heat in the village is still an issue. I don't believe that it's at 68. I believe it's lower in some suites, so it needs to be addressed. And an email needs to be sent out because they still have not sent it out to me.
President Nichols?
If I can comment on that point, I've had a lot of issues with my heating and cooling in the village. Actually, every time I've moved in, it's been broken. Each unit is independent of every other unit in the village, so just make sure that your apartment sends in a maintenance request if you haven't done so already, have you? You have, and it hasn't been addressed? Okay.
Representative Wachowski? Thompson.
That's not just an issue in the village. I know in my building stores, it's also, like, the vents are actually just blowing cold air, even when it's like, 50 degrees already in the lounge.
Representative Cross?
I don't know that we want to talk about plus minus grades for the rest of GA, but I would ask that you all keep open minds because you're going to get a lot of information, and it'll help you make a more informed decision.
Representative Moore?
I'm not sure who else this has been an issue for, but I've already been involved with 2 different organizations that have had this problem this semester and then a number of times last semester. It seems that when student organizations try to book Wade for events, Wade is notorious for double booking them. Like, so that's already happened to me twice this semester and a numerous amount of times last semester. So I'm not sure what we can do about it, but it's definitely an issue.
Vice President Evans?
Got it?
Yeah.
I can comment on that maybe. As of the beginning of this year, there was a new coordinator for residential spaces, so a new Meg McKenna, if you will. Last semester, her job was just kind of picked up by several people that worked underneath her. So there may have just been a few things that were confused in there. While we're on that subject, if you do want to book a housing space, so that's the Spot, Carlton Commons, Wade, any of the reservable housing spaces, you need to go through the online process. So for any of you who are emailing Ann Kowalski or Nicole Yagelski, you need to now go through the online process.
Thank you. Representative Armstrong?
Were you talking about twin, the twin website, or what?
Housing
website? Housing website?
Housing website. Sorry.
President Nichols?
Yeah, I just wanted to go over with you guys the topics that I'll be covering in the address this week. My initial goal was to cover 5. Upon writing it, I'm going to cover 4 just in the interest of time because I'm at 4 pages now, single spaced, and I've only got 4 in here, so just to give you an idea. But the topics are student advising, tuition and room and board, our university ranking and how that's determined, and finally the campus master plan, university center, and the status of those projects.
Thank you. Vice President Levitsky?
Just a bit of interesting information. Applications are up 20% so far, and the SAT score average is higher than it has been before.
Thank you. Colleen?
And if this was already announced, I apologize for my poor listening skills. You know about the forum on tuition with the provost?
Yeah, that's not, I forgot to announce.
I'm sorry?
Not announced.
It wasn't, oh, excellent. The 30th, I think, is that right? But anyway, check the case daily out. Is it this Friday?
Yeah, it's Friday.
Excellent.
This Friday at 12:30. That's community hour in Strosak Auditorium.
There you go.
So-
I just heard you say it, Miles, and I thought, oh.
Yeah, the official number is going to be released. That's actually why one of the reasons I brought up what I was going to talk about. The official number for tuition increase is going to be released, as well as room and board, I believe, at that meeting. So I'll see if you have questions about it too. I'm just going to cover some very, very basic rudimentary things about how tuition is determined. So if you really have like in-depth questions, that's the meeting to go to for any of the tuition questions.
Thank you. Any other points for open forum? Okay, at this time, we're moving to new business. Is there any new business? Okay, seeing none. Moving to announcements. Vice President Petrick.
I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Representative Lupton.
Thank you. Any other announcements? President Nikolic.
I'd just like to announce that I really hope that you guys are all safe tonight in the snow, and take some time, maybe if we get a lot of snow, to go outside and have a snowball fight or something, or make a 12-foot tall snowman, or do something. Or make it angry.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Vice President Douglas. President Nikolic.
Just a reminder that all the new reps, if you could just come up to the front for a minute and just talk for a few seconds.
Okay. Representative Hammond, I'm sorry.
If there are no other announcements, I move to
Oh, there's one more.
Representative Armstrong.
Yeah, since we're ending early tonight, can College of Arts and Science kind of meet so we can figure out what times would be best this semester?
Okay. Representative Hammond.
I move to adjourn.
All right, meeting is adjourned. "36 minutes. I know, right?